ASBESTOS Live Magazine podcast for the summer 2021 edition. This is our first podcast version of our newsletter for residents. So let me introduce our team who've been working on this edition. We have Danielle Hicks, our communications officer.
Hiya.
We have Rob Horn, our film and photography coordinator.
Hello.
We've Chris Hoare, our graphic designer.
Howdy.
Claire Murphy, our communications officer.
Hello.
And I'm Jen Wickett, the communications manager. And we're the editorial team for Live Magazine. And we're here today to share with you our first podcast edition of the magazine. So I'm going to hand over to Claire, Danielle and Chris to tell you a little bit more about what's coming up in this podcast.
Hi everyone. So we're going to be speaking a little bit about what's included in this edition. I don't know about you, Claire and Chris, but I found it a really interesting one to write.
Yeah, it was really fun. It was my first one, so it was very interesting to see all the stuff that's been going on around all the regions.
It's an amazing publication with lots of information about residents, their stories, as well as local and up-to-date news for all of our residents.
We've also got a story coming up about Carole, who is visually impaired, and that's really inspired us to record our first podcast. So it's definitely a great one to listen to.
Thanks, guys. This is our first podcast, and one of the other reasons that we decided to record a podcast is that we're actually taking Live Magazine digital. So that means that the printed edition that we have produced for the last 3 years, we'll no longer be sending that out to all residents. We'll instead be sending a digital version. The reason for this is one of sustainability, because obviously we're printing and that's has an environmental impact. But also because we're aware that more and more people have moved to digital channels and have those available to them. However, if people do want to receive the printed edition, they can opt back into this.
So Jen, how do our residents go about opting back in for a printed edition? Because I'm sure that some of our residents, perhaps in our over 55 schemes and our extra care schemes, may be interested in still being able to pick up a physical copy.
Yeah, that's a great question, Rob. So we will still be sending out a printed edition to our independent living schemes. So those will be available in the schemes. But anyone else who would still like to receive their printed edition can do so by opting back in to do that. They can do that on our website. So that's www.optivo.org.uk/live. We'll give the full details at the end of the podcast. But you can also fill out the postcard that you'll receive with the latest edition of Live Magazine that will be coming and landing on your doorstep. So just fill out the postcard that we have and then put it in the envelope, send it back to us, and we'll know that you'd still like to receive the printed edition. However, if you do use email and you're happy looking at an online version, we would really recommend that. We have a lot of additional content on the online edition, and it's just a really great thing to read. You can read it on your mobile devices, take it on your train journeys, look at it wherever you like. So it's just a nice publication to have a flick through, find out what's going on in your area and with other residents. Without further ado, we're going to start having a little look at some of the stories that we featured in this edition of Live Magazine. So over to Danielle to tell us a bit more about the Music to Help mental health story.
Thanks, Jen. So this story is about one of our residents, Adam, who's 34. It was really, really interesting to interview him. He has written a song about mental health and has actually gone viral. He wanted to kind of spread awareness about mental health and how important it is to talk to someone if you're struggling. And it's just a really, really interesting story. And I think it's really inspiring.
That sounds amazing. So he's actually shared this online, has he?
Yeah, so he uploaded it to YouTube. He's made a music video, and yeah, it went viral. It was even picked up by his local BBC News.
Wow, that sounds like an amazing thing. So shall we go to Chris to hear the story?
Thanks, guys. Okay, so here's our story. Music to help mental health. An Optivo resident has gone viral after writing a song to raise awareness of anxiety and depression. Adam Turner, a musician from Sussex, wrote the piece called Broken after struggling with his mental health for over 10 years. It's already gained thousands of views across YouTube as well as other social media channels, and it's even been picked up by local and national media. Adam, 34, said a lot of people have got in touch to say how the song had helped them. They were also experiencing anxiety and depression, and so the song encouraged them to talk to someone. Adam found his love for creating music when he was just 14 years old, writing and recording personalised rap songs for school friends. He even gave them the option to buy their own copy on CD for £5. He said, music has always been my escape, so when I'm having a bad day, I knew I had to channel it into my music. That was when I wrote Broken. Adam, who lives with his daughter Ruby and his mum, who he cares for, wrote the song in just 8 hours. He released it on his birthday with the aim to use it as a reflection of how far he has come each year. He says, I urge any Optivo residents who are struggling with their mental health to speak out. Talk to someone, don't bottle your feelings. It makes you human to be one with your emotions. If you're struggling with your mental health, we're here to help. Contact us on 0800 121 60 60 and ask for the Wellbeing team. You can also listen to Adam's music, including his single Broken, on social media at facebook.com/Adam Turner UK Music. Just to caveat that, it does contain strong language and distressing images.
Thanks, Chris. That sounds an amazing story from Adam, really inspiring and really great advice to reach out for support if you are struggling with your mental health.
If you're looking to start afresh this summer with a new job, our employment support team can help you.
You may be looking for work for the very first time, or for a new career path, or to get back into employment after a long break. Whatever your situation, there's support for you.
Our employment team can work on a one-to-one basis to find out about you and your situation. They'll discuss your strengths and weaknesses, and they'll advise on the best options for you.
They can help you with your job search, create your CV, or practice your interview techniques. They can also help you access free training and qualifications if you need to boost your skills.
The team has already helped thousands of residents across our regions to realise their potential and thrive in new jobs. We've shared some of their stories here.
Mahmood originally came to the UK as a refugee from Syria. He studied at Brighton University for an undergraduate and postgraduate degree in project management for construction. With help from the employment team, he finally secured a job as an assistant site manager with Henry Construction, working on a new development of 369 new homes in the heart of Brighton. Mahmood said, Optivo helped me make my dream come true. I'm now progressing with my career and putting all my knowledge from my previous learning into practice. They were a great support and I can never feel more thankful. Since starting his new job, Mahmood has completed further qualifications after the employment team secured funding from Brighton and Hove City Council.
Deb was made redundant after 15 years in retail, but found a new calling in security with support from the employment team. With their guidance, she achieved her accredited Security Industry Authority badge and started work with a company providing staff for the NHS. Deb said, the training was fun, I learned a lot, had a really good time and met some good friends. I'm now working for a company that provides staff for the NHS. I work on a COVID testing site. I like it and it pays a really good wage.
Imran suffered numerous knockbacks when applying for work, and it had affected his motivation as well as his confidence. He left education at an early stage with few qualifications and didn't have any solid work experience. Although he was keen to boost his skills, he wasn't able to fund a course himself. Employment officer Suleiman worked on one-to-one basis with him to explore job and training opportunities and update his CV. He helped Imran to secure an interview with employer Fire Systems and ran through interview techniques to help boost his confidence. Imran is now thriving in his new role at the company and has plans to gain further training and qualifications. He said, "Thank you, Suleiman. I really appreciate all the support you have given me. I had lost so much hope in getting into work before speaking with you, especially with the COVID situation. These uncertain times made getting a job more difficult than ever. You always told me to never lose hope and that hard work will always pay off. Because of all your help, I'm now working as a fire safety engineer assistant and have stable income coming in. Thank you again.
Wow, these are such inspiring stories, and thank you to Mahmoud, Deb and Imran for sharing them with us. If you feel inspired by these stories and want to start your own journey into a great new job, why not contact our employment support team? You can do this by email, employment@optivo.org.uk, or you can also phone 0800 121 6060 and ask to speak to a member of the employment support team in your region.
Your health and safety is incredibly important to us. And as your landlord, it's our duty to make sure that there are no hazards in your home. This means that occasionally we will need access to your home to carry out routine checks to systems, including gas and electricity. These essential checks not only ensure your safety, but the safety of your neighbours as well.
We understand it may not be convenient to let us into your home, and you may be concerned, especially following the pandemic. But we can assure you we'll do all we can to make it as easy for you as possible. We'll let you know about your check well in advance, so you've time to prepare. We'll also give you details of the contractor who'll be carrying out the inspection. It's important you let us know of any repairs or defects relating to the gas, electric or water in your home as soon as you become aware of them. This means we can resolve the issue to keep you safe. Electrical safety. Safety checks are carried out once every 5 years. Checks involve testing power and lighting to ensure they're working safely. Each inspection takes between 1.5 to 4 hours to complete. Keep your electrical appliances in good working order and check the appliance as well as leads and cables regularly. We advise against using second-hand or non-approved appliances. More electrical advice can be found online at electricalsafety.org.uk/guidance/safety-around-the-home. Gas safety. It's a legal requirement to service the gas appliances in your home every year. Your service will include repairs and maintenance, a gas safety check or service of electric heating.
Please be aware, if you don't let us into your home to carry out these essential safety checks, we can take you to court, and this could result in legal costs and even a prison sentence. So please make sure you always stay up to date with all your safety checks.
If you're having problems with your gas or hot water supply, you need to contact the contractor for your area directly. SUSSEX BSW Heating can be contacted on 0800 206 1369. Kent Swale Heating can be contacted on 03301 230266. If you're in London, contact K&T Heating on 0800 888 6626. And if you're in the Midlands, contact Direct Heating Solutions on 0800 0471 014. For more advice on how to stay safe and warm, visit our website. The link can be found in the description.
We're linking up our independent living schemes with Neighbourhood Watch across our regions, and we're looking for coordinators and volunteers to help. If you'd like to get involved, contact your scheme manager.
Asbestos can sound like a scary word. We want you to know where asbestos-containing materials are found and what to do if you think you might have them in your home. The main thing is, don't be alarmed. As long as asbestos-containing materials remain in good condition and are undisturbed, they pose no risk to your health. You can find out more by reading our leaflet on our website. You can find it at www.optivo.org.uk/leaflets-publications. The leaflet explains where these materials are commonly found, the do's and don'ts of dealing with asbestos, and how we manage asbestos-containing materials in your home. If you'd like the asbestos information for your home, please email compliance.asbestos@optivo.org.uk. In some cases, our surveying contractor may need to visit before we are able to provide the information. That email address again, compliance.asbestos@optivo.org.uk.
Supporting the safety of others. With more people working from home than ever before, seeing your neighbours more frequently or hearing them in their homes has become the norm. With this, it means now more than ever it's important to look out for one another. Safeguarding is everyone's responsibility, and if you hear or see something that you're concerned about, never hesitate to let us know. You can report any concerns to our safeguarding team by calling us on 0800 121 6060. Want to remain anonymous? That's fine too. Just let us know.
So now let's go and hear from Danielle, who's got some great tips for us to stay cool this summer.
Thanks, Jen. Although it may not have been as hot as we'd like it, we've still got some great tips for when the weather gets warmer. Open the windows and close your blinds or curtains to keep the sun out of your home. This will allow the cool air to pass through. Ice cubes too big for your water bottle? Grab your reusable bottles and half fill them with water. Securing the lid, lay them down in the freezer so half of the bottle becomes ice. Next time you'd like a cold drink, fill the space in your bottle with your favourite beverage to have a cool and refreshing drink. Make your own ice pack by soaking a dish sponge in water, popping it in the freezer overnight and transferring it to a sealable freezer bag. Best of all, as the water melts, the sponge will absorb it, so no soggy sandwiches. You should never use a barbecue on a balcony or indoors, as this could pose a fire risk to you and your neighbours. If you use disposable barbecues, please use these outdoors in an open space, away from wooden surfaces, fences or buildings. Always dispose of them safely.
Thanks, Danielle. That's all really great advice.
So yeah, in this edition of Live magazine, we've got some really interesting stories from across our regions. Jen, can you share a few of those with us?
Yeah, sure. We have stories and news, events and information for residents from across all our regions. We try and share lots of case studies and stories about residents in Sussex, in the Midlands, Kent and in London as well. And so first of all, we're going to hear a really interesting story from one of our residents in London, Carole Charrington. So Carole is a long-term Optifo resident and she is also visually impaired. And she spoke to us about her experiences, and it's actually down to Carole that we decided to make this podcast edition to meet the needs of our residents with those kind of audio needs and with with visual impairment, and just to give a different option. So if reading a publication isn't your sort of favourite option, you've got another channel to listen to.
In difficult times, never lose hope. Life during a pandemic has made many of us reflect on our physical and mental health. Our Wellbeing team has been on hand to help residents make positive changes with a range of courses and workshops. Carole, a resident from South London, took part in our mindfulness and meditation sessions after suffering with her mental health during lockdown. Although visually impaired, she was able to participate on virtual platform Zoom with support from Health and Wellbeing Officer Shona and course instructor Tish. Carole said, "The past 13 months have been significantly traumatic for me. The lockdown, self-isolation and no interaction with people hasn't been good for me mentally. I knew I needed to do something, but I was a bit nervous about doing the course because of my disabilities. I'm visually impaired and I have dyslexia. I also suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. I was worried I couldn't be included or I'd have others saying negative things about me because I've had that before. But Shona and Tish really put my mind at ease. They assured me the course was inclusive and they could make adjustments for me. Over 5 weeks, Carole learnt about empowerment and self-respect, setting boundaries and meditation. Material was sent to her in audio, and anything visual during the sessions was either described by Tish or her fellow participants. Carole said, "I haven't been kind to myself, and that's the one thing that came out of the session. The only one who can be kind to yourself is you. It made me sit down, think about what was going on with me, and learn to value myself. I've lived a very lonely existence all my life. The sessions taught me to focus on who I really was and feel more connected to myself. It also helped me to have some contact with other people who were going through similar experiences and their mental health had suffered. It's still very early days, but I've got a tremendous amount out of the course. I sleep well now. Afterwards, I feel much calmer. I'm much more comfortable with myself. I feel more conscious about what's going on with my feelings and emotions. I would really recommend this course to all residents, especially those who have a disability. Don't let it get in the way of taking part. Come out and participate. Have more self-courage to be included in your community. For more information or to arrange a chat with Carole about her experience, contact Shona Matson in the Wellbeing team on 0800 121 6060.
New youth service for South London. We're delighted to be launching a new service to engage and empower young people in Croydon, Lambeth and Wandsworth. Covering Church Manor, Lansdowne Green and St Martin's Estate, Motivate SL will run a number of great activities in partnership with Croydon Youth Zone. Meet the team. Marcia is a qualified teacher and youth worker with over 20 years experience. She can be contacted at marcia.gregory@freshvisions.org.uk. Eshe has worked with young people for the past 13 years. She can be contacted at Eshe.Joseph@freshvisions.org.uk. Tanya has over 20 years experience working with young people. She can be contacted at TanyAquaah@freshvisions.org.uk.
If you live in our London region, we've plenty of courses available to help boost your health and well-being. On Wednesdays, you can attend high-intensity interval training. That's available during term time from 11:30 a.m. to 12:15 p.m. Want to take control of your diabetes? We have flexible sessions available via Zoom in all regions. Looking for nutrition support? Again, we have flexible sessions available via Zoom in all regions. If you want nutritional advice for your family, why not attend our online session? Again, these are flexible to suit you. We're also running an ambitions programme for employment support and advice for anyone aged 16 to 25. You can drop into these sessions on Mondays between 2 and 4 p.m. at Church Manor Community Centre, Vassal Road, Brixton, SW9 6NB. Our Ambitions programme are also running a freestyle dance class and boxing fitness session for anyone aged 15 to 20, and this is available on Tuesdays from 6:30 to 8 p.m. This is every week and can be attended at Lansdowne Green Community Centre, which is 283 to 291 Wandsworth Road, Stockwell. If you'd like more information about any of these classes or want to book, please contact wellbeing2@optivo.org.uk or call us on 0800 121 6060. You can ask for Dora Contiani for more information on what's included in the classes, or visit our website and find out more.
Sheerness in Bloom. Our team in Kent is working with residents to transform a green space near their homes into a haven for local wildlife. The site in Sheerness is currently empty, but ideas to create a new area for nature to thrive are well underway. Our Head of Estate Services, Shaw Morris, has drawn up 3 designs for residents to pick from. Once a design is picked, we'll co-create the garden with residents, with plans for each home to adopt a tree. They'll watch it grow and eventually be able to pick fruit from it. Ecologists have visited the site and suggested a range of different fruit trees, hedgerows and wildflowers to plant. This would ensure this space will be a cosy home for insects and other wildlife and be colourful year round. To kick the project off, a free fun day in partnership with the Kent Wildlife Trust took place on Tuesday the 3rd of August, where residents learnt how to make their own bug hotels, helped conduct a bio-blitz, that's recording all of the living species in the area, and began to plant flowers. The project is part of our commitment to develop green spaces and work towards net zero carbon, as set out in our new sustainability strategy.
Are you from a BAME community? Do you want an opportunity to speak about your experiences? A Kent-based charity, BMIX, is looking for volunteers to join a brand new focus group. BMIX works alongside young people with learning disabilities and or autism in Kent to improve the quality of their lives. They offer emotional support, provide someone to pursue interests with, or prepare and support you into employment. They're running a series of focus groups in late summer, early autumn to talk to those who could be benefiting from their work. Focus groups are held online and last around an hour. You can attend as a family, with an advocate, or on your own. Everyone from BAME communities is welcome. Interested? Email Gillian Kent. That's GILLIANKENT@BEMIX.org by 5 p.m. on Friday, the 24th of September.
We've been shortlisted for Best Partnership Award. A partnership that's delivering a stunning development in Cox Heath has been shortlisted for a first-time buyer Readers Award. Forstall Mead, near Maidstone in Kent, is being delivered by Optivo and Westerhill Homes, which is part of the Chartway Group. The development includes 210 homes ranging from 2-bedroom apartments to 5-bedroom family homes, and it's been shortlisted in the Best Partnership category. This category celebrates a collaboration of 2 or more companies who've worked together to deliver both quality and affordable homes for first-time buyers. The new neighbourhood is set in the quaint village of Cox Heath, boasting plentiful fruit farms and ambling walks across the Low Weald and Medway Valley. The First Time Buyer Readers Award celebrates the huge effort to help aspirational buyers onto the housing ladder. These prestigious awards feature entrants from house builders and housing associations to legal companies, and they're now in their 12th year. The public vote to decide the winner closed on the 6th of August, so we've got our fingers crossed for a good result. So we've got a great story here from Lee in Sussex. Danielle, do you want to tell us a bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. So Lee's story was sent across to me by Vanessa, who is a health and wellbeing project officer at Optivo. She had worked directly with Lee, and we was both just really impressed with his story. He's put loads of determination into turning his life around throughout the last year in lockdown, and he's even our cover star for this month's issue.
This is Lee's story. Lee smashes weight loss targets. Struggling with a range of health conditions, including diabetes, arthritis, and spine issues, Optivo resident Lee collapsed in his home last year and was taken to hospital. It was a warning sign that he couldn't go on like this. He said, "Diabetes nearly killed me. I had a big wake-up call and I knew I had to make changes for me." Shielding due to the coronavirus pandemic, Lee, aged 50, met Vanessa, a health and wellbeing project officer at Optivo. Through a weekly food delivery scheme to those unable to safely leave their home. After finding out about his concerns, Vanessa supported Lee to attend free one-to-one sessions with qualified coach Sarah at Sarah Holworth Personal Trainers. Together, over the phone, they worked through small lifestyle changes from portion sizes and eating habits through to food plans, healthy food swaps, and raising activity levels. Over a few months, with the knowledge he'd gained from his sessions, Lee lost an amazing 4 stone. Feeling and looking much healthier, he's now reduced the pain medication he needed by half and enjoys taking his dog out for walks several times a day. Lee continues to set goals to motivate and push himself to his goals of losing a further 16 pounds. Now as the nation heads out of lockdown, he's looking forward to seeing colleagues and friends when he returns to his volunteer role at shelter. He said, "No one has seen me in person for a long time because I've been shielding. I've had comments on video calls about how much slimmer my face looks." He added, "It'll be a big surprise and I'm excited to see my friends' reactions." If you're looking for support with your diabetes, we're here to help. Our one-to-one bespoke personalised sessions aim to improve your physical and mental health, reduce the risk of further health conditions, and help you with your food choices to support weight loss. We can even help you and your family become more active with leisure centre passes and family group exercises. For more information on how to book, contact Vanessa Porter, that's VANESSA Porter, PORTER at optivo.org.uk, or call 0800 121 6060.
We really love hearing from our residents. If you live in Sussex, we've got lots going on for you this September. The Street Bites on tour can be found in Hastings and St Leonard's. We'll be running free sessions for 8 to 16-year-olds, and young people must be pre-registered to attend. We'll be running mindfulness and wellbeing by phone sessions. You can learn different techniques to improve your wellbeing and cope with everyday stresses. We've free swim and gym classes. You can get a 3-month free Freedom Leisure Pass for people with long-term physical and mental health issues. We've also got sea fishing for beginners and families. This is an introduction to the sport of sea fishing and its physical, mental and social benefits. We've diabetes and nutrition one-to-one support. We'll offer advice and guidance over 4 weeks by phone or via Zoom. This has limited spaces. We've got a Saturday family workout. The Siam Boxing Camp holds an exercise program that's suitable for the whole family, and everyone can enjoy a fun circuits workout every Saturday during term time. This is held at the Four Courts Community Centre, Sydney Close, St Leonards-on-Sea, 9:30 a.m. every Saturday. We've got beach exploration for beginners and families. You can explore the wide variety of life on the coast and in the sea this summer holiday with Freedom Leisure and Project Rewild. Again, this is held at the Four Courts Community Centre, Sydney Close, St Leonards-on-Sea, 9:30 every Saturday during term time. We've also got yoga and mindfulness courses available throughout the week to improve health and well-being with 1066 Yoga. We've even got a 50% discount for Optiro residents, so it's actually only £15 for a 6-week course. For more information on any of these classes, please contact Vanessa Porter, Wellbeing Officer, at vanessa.porter@optivo.org.uk or call 0800 121 6060. You can also find out more on our website. That's www.optivo.org.uk.
Reskill, upskill and boost your employability. Sussex Employment Support Team are offering a range of free accredited training to help local people boost their employability. All training includes employment support and opportunities with local employers. Courses are mainly held online, but there'll be more opportunities for face-to-face training in Construction Skills CSCS card, COSSH cleaning, care certificate, admin and accounting, forklift and HGV training, food hygiene, and lifeguard and teaching assistant. To be eligible, you must be over the age of 18, currently unemployed, on furlough, or at risk of redundancy. To find out more, please email employment@optivo.org.uk, marking your email for the Sussex Employment Team. You can even phone us on 0800 121 6060 and ask for the Sussex Employment Team.
Forest School is fabulous. Young residents had fun at Forest School in Milton Keynes during the half-term holidays. Organised by Zahida Noor, Wellbeing Officer, the sessions were an opportunity to play outdoors, learn new skills and make new friends. We were pleased to get fantastic feedback from some very pleased parents. One said, "My 2 daughters have been to many school clubs and holiday clubs, and they normally say, 'It was okay,' but they were so happy when they left. My son had a lot of fun climbing trees, having food with friends in nature, and exploring everything around," said another. A third parent told us, My little boy brought home a stash of wooden tools and fishing rods. He wanted to go fishing right away.
A diamond celebration. Congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Herbert of Bampfield Place, Great Bar, who reached their diamond wedding anniversary earlier this year. The happy couple have been married for 60 years. They received a beautiful card from the Queen, wishing them well as they marked this fantastic milestone. The Herberts wanted to travel to the Caribbean to celebrate, but they've had to put their plans on hold because of the pandemic. When asked what the secret to a long and successful marriage was, Mrs. Herbert said, understanding, give and take. Mr. Herbert jokingly added, allowing your wife to spend as much money as she wishes.
A garden transformation for John Nash. Residents and colleagues at John Nash Square have transformed the garden in memory of former scheme manager Nikki Nichols. A big thanks to all the volunteers who came together to renovate the beech tree garden, which was in need of a bit of tender loving care. Holly Lincoln, mobile scheme manager, said, "We wanted to provide a safe area where residents could relax, reflect and do some gardening of their own too. And we felt it was only right to do it in memory of former scheme manager Nikki, who loved the garden and often walked her dog here. As well as the gardening work, we installed a bench in her memory. We hope residents will be able to enjoy this for years to come."
Adopting planters at Catherine Court. Residents at Catherine Court, Erdington, joined together with a local community to help brighten up their street. They adopted a planter, decorated it, then filled it with their own choice of beautiful flowers and shrubs. Other planters were also adopted by members of the Muslim community, the Autistic Society, the Scouts, and the Holly Lane Social Club. It was all part of a project run by Erdington Litter Busters, a local group who run a number of similar projects in the area. Lisa Carey, scheme manager, said, everyone enjoyed a few hours out of the scheme to paint and plant as well as having a laugh and a joke. Erdington Litter Busters also invited residents to help keep the area litter free and allocated allotment spaces that could be used for further planting.
Walking to better health. Resident George Mowbray has provided something of an inspiration at Bampfield Place after doing 12 laps of the garden every day to keep fit. The 90-year-old, who lives in Great Bar, started doing the half-mile circuit during the first lockdown last year and encouraged others to join him. Over a year later, a group of residents are still walking. Many say the exercises help them get fit, lose weight and feel less stressed. So understandably, during the lockdown, we've had some backlog on our repairs, and we wanted to take this opportunity to give you a bit of an update on what's going on. So, Jen, what's going on?
Yeah, thanks, Rob. We were struggling with the number of calls we were getting in because the number of operatives we had available due to the pandemic was reduced, understandably. And also some of the contractors were not available. So we'll just take this opportunity to reiterate that the best way to report a repair is via MYACCOUNT, our online portal. So if you log into your MYACCOUNT account, you can pop your repair in there and then we'll get back to you within 5 working days. So we're still working through all repair jobs and trying to complete them as soon as possible, but please do continue to be patient as there are still some delays for certain jobs. So in particular, we're experiencing a really high number of roof repairs. And if you've got an outstanding roof repair, please know we'll contact you soon. It's quite difficult to give precise dates at the moment. We've also got some delays with sourcing materials and in particular fence panels and parts for lifts and door entry systems. So again, please be patient. We will get to your repair as soon as we can. If you've logged a repair with us and you no longer need it, it is really helpful if you can let us know that. You can cancel a request through your MYACCOUNT portal, or you can call us on 0800 121 6060. Thank you for your support and understanding as we get back to normal.
Have you signed up to MYACCOUNT? MYACCOUNT is your free, safe and secure Optivo service that can be used on your smartphone, tablet, laptop or PC. It allows you to manage your rent, report repairs, contact us, plus lots more, all from the comfort of your own home. It's the quickest and easiest way to get in touch with us. We're constantly improving our service to you. Look out for My Account's brand new look coming soon. My Account is available on Google Play Stores and the App Store.
It can always be a challenge finding things for the kids to do during the school holidays. So we've pulled together some of our great ideas for you to try with your kids during the holidays or maybe on the weekends in order to keep the kids entertained. We tried to think of things that are easy to do and cheap. So we've got lots of ideas for you and for your family.
So when I babysit my nephew, who's 4, we always make puppet shows. They're so easy to do. We make a little stage out of an old shoebox. We get his toys, don't even have to be puppets. We just pick his favourite figurines and then we just go for it. I try to encourage him to use funny voices and props. We rehearse and then we always put on a little show to the rest of the family. And it's so cheap, but it's really, really fun to do. And it's great to see them come out of their shell.
That's a really cool idea, Danielle. My girlfriend's actually a nanny, and recently we decided that we would do some rock painting with the little girl that she looks after. It's really simple. You can go to your local beach or even just to your garden centre and buy some rocks, or just anywhere around your home, maybe some woodland areas, something like that. You might be able to find some pebbles on the floor. And we decided to buy some acrylic pens that were actually really cheap I think we got them from Amazon. And we took the rocks home, we painted some designs on them, and then we just used kids' craft varnish to make sure that they were like weather sealed. And we did all sorts of designs from her favourite character. I made one that looked like an M&M had a bit of bitten out of it, which was quite fun. So you can, just make some lively rocks, and then you can put them in your garden, and it just brings a bit of colour to the garden.
I love this one, Rob, and we did something similar with the kids, and we actually designed some pebbles up with mandala designs, and then we hid them around our local area for people to find as like maybe paperweights and stuff. And it was just a really nice thought to think that somebody else was going to take something home that you've made.
That's brilliant.
My son's a little bit older and he's so full of energy. It's really hard to think of things to do with him every single weekend. So he missed out on his school sports day, or rather I missed out on it. They had one, but I wasn't allowed to attend. So I gathered all him and his mates in the park, and we set up, like an egg and spoon race or a relay race, sprints and stuff like that. And they absolutely loved it. And then I even gave out medals, pretend medals that I'd made out of tin foil. And it was really fun to see them all sort of out there in the fresh air, getting exercise and enjoying themselves together.
That's a fab idea, Claire. And teenage boys love competition. So great one.
I think that's a great idea, Claire. And I know another thing that means that you can get the kids outside and learning new skills this year, and that's pick your own. I know a lot of farms, they offer the ability to go out there, pay a small fee, and you can go and fill up a basket or a bucket full of fruit and veg. Gets the kids thinking about lots of ways they can use their fruit and vegetable, eating healthy and what have you. And there's also, free opportunities to do that, and blackberries, grow wild out, and there's various ways you can tell that they're safe to eat afterwards, which is obviously really important. But yeah, pick your own is a great way of getting kids outside, learning new skills and eating healthy.
Yeah, so I took my kids to do fruit picking, and my son went off to pick his raspberries and was a bit over enthusiastic and picked about 8 pounds of raspberries. So we, after eating them, and no one really likes jam, so we ended up making some fruit cordial, which was pretty easy. So yeah, it was a good fun thing, and as you say, it's a great way to get them eating a bit more healthy.
That's so funny.
My last tip, which is something that we've done with the kids, so I've got kids of all ages, and we've discovered something called treasure trails, and it's like this website where you go and you look up your local area, local town, or if you're if you're away, you can look up the local place that you're staying, and it gives you a treasure trail for lots of locations in the UK. Most of them take about an hour to an hour and a half to do, and you go around the town and you look for like clues on the buildings and on like monuments and statues and in churchyards and that kind of thing. And the kids love it, and it's quite a good way to get them to like look around and discover a different area. And you end up finding places that you just didn't know existed, even in like your own local area. And you learn a bit of the history of the place, and at the end you kind of get to solve this mystery. So I really recommend them. I've done them in quite a few towns now, and it's just treasuretrails.co.uk. It's treasure, which is treasuretrails.co.uk. And if you go and you go to the website, you just put in the location that you are, and it will tell you where there's treasure trails for your local area. And then you just text the answer at the end, and they tell you if you've got it right or not. So quite satisfying.
That actually sounds really fun. It's like an outdoor escape room-esque type thing. It's actually really interesting. I think I would even enjoy doing that, and I don't even have young kids, so.
No, honestly, it's great whether you have kids or not, and you can just discover things about the places you're staying, and you find all these little secret areas that you might not have discovered if you weren't doing it. So yeah, I do recommend them.
We've got one final story that's extraordinary, really. One of our residents, who's nearly 84, has published a book, illustrated it and printed it all in lockdown. Rob's met her, and I think he was blown away by her.
I really was. She's a very interesting individual, and I could have spent hours and hours listening to all of her stories. She's got a real interesting and quite extraordinary, like you say, backstory to how she has got to where she is today. And she's just really inspiring as well, to be honest. And she's also quite humble. She's not really kind of over the top about her achievements, but I think even just at her age, to achieve something like she has done is phenomenal. And she also suffers from Parkinson's, which just adds that extra element of difficulty onto the task that she sought out to do during lockdown. I met her, and it was really, really, really fun to meet her. And I was able to capture her story in the video that you can watch in this edition of Live magazine. And we've also got a small story just to accompany that video, which, Claire, would you mind reading for us?
Yeah, thanks, Rob. An Octavo resident has written, illustrated and printed her first book of poetry at the age of 83. During lockdown, Christine Pruthock from Fitznell Court in Cheam discovered a hidden talent. Poems were flooding into my brain, she said. The great-grandmother spent up to 11 hours a day writing and painting using an iPad and an Apple Pencil. Christine and her husband Roy live in an over 55 scheme managed by Amanda Whitlock. She supported the couple through the pandemic with regular phone calls. Chris's book contains personal poems, including some about her shocking birth story. She said, "I was born before World War II to a Jewish mother who was raped by a Nazi soldier. We went to Germany 30 years ago and met the midwife who delivered me. She had photographs of me. Thousands were killed in the bombings, but my pictures miraculously had survived," Chris revealed. Amanda told us, "Christine is amazing and an inspiration to us all. It's a pleasure to talk to her. She's a very friendly and happy leaseholder. A lady like this on my scheme makes my job even more worthwhile."
Thanks to all the residents that shared their amazing stories with us for this edition of Live. And thanks to the team for putting together the magazine and the podcast. And if you've got anything you'd like to share with us, then please do send it to the comms team. So it's just email comms, COMMS, @optivo.org.uk, or you can call us and ask to speak to the comms team on 0800 121 6060. Thanks for listening.
You can view our Live magazine online at www.optivo.org.uk/live. We'd encourage you to share your stories and tell your neighbours about the magazine. You can share your stories on social media and we'll always look out for them and try and publish them in the magazine. If you'd like to access any of the links that we've mentioned in today's podcast, they can be found in the description of this video below. Thanks for listening and catch us next time for Live the podcast.